Hi and welcome back to part 2 of this video series, how to install resources within Azure using Terraform. So we've already covered the installation of Terraform in part 1 of this video series. The links are below if you want to go and have a look at that video. As you can see, there's a diagram here of what we're trying to achieve. So in part 2 we will create a vNet, a virtual network within Azure. And that will contain front-end subnets, and also it will contain the backend subnets within that vNet itself. Also 2 availability sets within a single resource group. If we open the crate.tf file within the Azure folder that we created earlier on. Okay, so this is our script basically for part 2. So this will create resource groups, the vNet and the front and back end subnets. So the resource group will be called RGUKS in UK South. The vNet itself will be called UKS, and that will have a /16 address space. Within that vNet there will be a front end subnet with a /24 address space and a backend subnet with a /24 address space. Okay, all on different subnets there. So we will also create availability sets 1 and 2 for our VMs later on. Okay, so if we have a look in the portal, the resource groups, as we can see, there is no resource groups at the moment. There's no virtual machines present. So what we want to do is we want to run our Terraform script that we created earlier on, crate.tf, in our folder. So if we go to a DOS prompt, start cmd, then if we change directory to that folder, that will allow us now to run that script. So we can resize this window a little bit so we can see what's going on sideways. So we put it to around 500 width, and then we can move it sideways slightly and we can see what's going on within the window. Okay, so if we type Terraform space plan, because it's a first install that we've done, we need to initialize it and download the plugin. So if we type Terraform space init, and that will now download all the required plugins we need. So we can go back and type Terraform space plan again. Okay, so this will show us exactly what it plans to install within Azure, or the resources it plans to create. So we've got 2 availability sets, 1 and 2. We've got our resource groups where all our resources will end up. We've got our back-end and front-end subnets, and we've got our vNet to create 2. So if we type Terraform space apply, and then if we confirm that we want to create these resources within Azure, so enter yes and then enter, and it will start to create the resources required. If we go back to our portal, go to the resource groups, we can see RGUKS has been created, the virtual network has been created, and shortly the script will finish. Okay, so 6 resources have been added. If we have a look at the resource groups, we can see that we've got our vNet UKS and availability sets 1 and 2. If we go to UKS vNets and have a look at the address space, it was a /16. We can have a look at the subnets, front-end, backend. We haven't got any NSGs yet, but that's within the next video to create.